Hey, here we go, everybody. There's a little bit of a discussion going on in the chat window about who has the best AFL team in the world. And of course, that's Brisbane. The Lions are on a roll and they'll be winning the flag here in Brisbane, I hope. It would be very cool if they did. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get amongst our information. Those of you that have been in the chat window for a while will know that I typed in just a little while ago about how excited I am with what we've got our hands on. And I'm going to attempt to run through tonight before we finish the new presentation slides. We don't have the soundtrack done yet, but oh my golly goshness, it is very cool. Miss Camilla and Vi have done a stunning job of presenting the graphics, and it is just amazing. It's really flash. I'm completely in the dark as to how they actually do that. We will have a run through later though. Okay, everybody. We're going to do a quick run through tonight with it'll be the last week you hear the scratchy piece together video that we've been using, and next week we will have the new one, which is mind-blowingly good. So tonight we're just going to run through our usual, then we're going to go into some detail on the compensation plan for AU4U. We have an amazing amount of support for that business. I'm just astounded that everyone thinks it's that good an idea. So we've had inquiries from Europe, from America, all sorts of things happening. So let's just get underway. We are expressing our views as affiliates only. We don't represent any of the companies that we affiliate with, and we do not, under any circumstances, give financial advice. We do, however, tell you what we have discovered and show you what we've done and let you make up your own mind. Now, here's a great quote. On a team, it is not the strength of the individual players, but it is the strength of the unit and how they all function together. Now, most of you won't have a clue who this guy is, Bill Belichick. He is a coach, a very famous, very well-known coach in America in the American Football League, the NFL. So very, very cool. This is the way he coaches his teams. He makes sure that they all function together as a unit. And that's what we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are a team, the Gold Rocks team. We will be doing things together as a unit from here on out. We will not be entertaining any other directions. We are together. We have done a whole lot of work together, and this is an amazing outcome that we've now got our hands on. So here at Gold Rocks, we are committed individually and as a team to ensure that everyone goes forward together. That is a great tagline. We believe in it and we live it. So we'll always do our best to make sure that nobody gets left behind. Everyone goes forward together. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get underway. Please understand that as the companies that we affiliate with evolve, so too must we evolve. And as we have, as Gold Rocks, evolved and managed to find paths for our members to follow, this is just amazing what we have unearthed, put together, glued together. We've got software developers running around in circles trying to make things happen in a hurry. It's just fantastic. The fact that we have access to probably the best bullion supplier in the country, beyond belief. I would never have thought we would have pulled that off if I'd actually set out to do it, but this is what's evolved. Remember, everyone goes forward together. So let's have a quick run through of our principles. Make sure you're the first one in your business to get paid. Lots of small business owners don't do that. I know it's great and wonderful to think you should be paying your employees first, but trust me, if you don't get paid, you won't be there for long. Residual income is a must. Limiting your tax exposure is a must, and beating inflation. That's why we do things like we do. We are attempting to get in front of the curve of inflation, limit your tax exposure, residual income, all of those things. You have got to be on board with doing that. So in the coming days, we will have some videos out about how to transition into our new business from the affiliate program we were in before, how to get your assets out, how to claim refunds, all that sort of stuff. We will have a video out within a few days that will tell you how to do all that. Really important that you watch it. It will be on YouTube and understand the benefits of doing that. So here's some of our sponsors. We got some new ones tonight. It's not that we don't like our fencing contractor in Adelaide. We just couldn't fit him on the slide. So we'll move them around a bit now. Surefire Web, Mr. Smith, who can't be with us tonight. He is unwell. And Surefire Web Digital, where we register our domains. We do quite a bit of business with Mr. Smith on his net registry business. So it's been a really good association with all of these companies. I know with Cassie at Easy Shopping Cards, she bends over backwards to make sure people get the product when they pay for it. Interesting concept. All of that stuff, all of the way through. Doug and Jenny Loveday with their oil, Dan and Jan with their pest control business, and Brad, great companies. Please get in touch with them. If you don't know how to get in touch with them, we'll send you their details. So here's our little intro video. Hello, welcome to a brief overview of what we think is undoubtedly the most powerful financial literacy program in existence today. We have chosen to use an Australian-based gold and silver savings program so that you can turn your spending habit into savings habit. But I want to begin with a quick question. When you think about most Australians and New Zealanders alike, in a very general sense, do you think they have a plan to deal with the economic turmoil we see coming at us today? Do you think they have the ability to withstand what we see happening in the markets? Let me ask you another question. Do you? And if you do, how's that plan actually working out for you? You see, I've asked that question literally thousands of times in the last few years, and the answer that usually comes back is probably pretty similar to what you were just thinking. If that's true for you, I want to share with you why we have chosen to go down this road and what we can actually do about what is happening. You see, the numbers never lie. They will always tell us the truth. Since the early 1970s, inflation has eroded over 98% of the dollar's purchasing power, while gold, the vehicle that once backed our currency, has soared in value by over 4,300%. We can look at it like this. In a typical household making typical purchases every single week since 2000 to present day, secondary education expenses have gone up 203%. Medical expenses, 195%. Primary education, 159%. Insurance, 118%. Childcare, kindergarten, 90%. Groceries have doubled, and housing has had a 240% increase. Let me ask you this. Have you seen a 240% increase in the real wages that you can bring home in the last 20 years? I don't think so, and that's exactly the problem. We just can't get ahead of the inflation curve. This is why we're finding it so difficult to create any meaningful savings, get ourselves out of debt, and stop living pay packet to pay packet. Listen, here's the simple truth. It is absolutely impossible to outrun an exponential inflation on our linear incomes, and the inflation that the government tells us doesn't exist is very real, and here's the proof. We can look at it like this. If you had $100,000 in cash in 1970, that cash today is worth a lot less. In fact, you would need $1,177,750 to purchase the same products you did in 1970. That means it's lost 91.5% of the buying power it once had. If you had acquired $100,000 worth of gold in 1970 and just left it to just sit and accumulate, no interest, no nothing, that gold today is worth a staggering $4,164,615 at the time of this video. Gold has soared relative to the declining paper because they keep printing it, and there's no store of value behind it. That's what's called a fiat currency, an unbacked currency, and Voltaire said it like this: a fiat currency will always return to its intrinsic value, zero. So everything we read and everything we hear and everything we see says it's valuable, it's important to get some of our portfolio in gold. Hold some gold and hedge yourself against inflation. But there's a problem. Gold is expensive at $2,400 to $2,500 an ounce. Many of us just don't have the $2,400 to $2,500 that we can peel off and go get ourselves an ounce at a time to create any real meaningful inflation-proof savings. And even if we could, it's inaccessible at the moment. Many of us don't know where to find it. We don't know how to get our hands on it. And once we have it, where do we store it and what do we do with it? And lastly, it's difficult to use in its current format. You can't just go down to the service station or the baker or the butcher and pull out an ounce of gold and expect to get change in return for your next tank of petrol or loaf of bread, etc. So clearly, gold is the answer, but we need to get it in a more usable format. Here's the solution, and it really is just as simple as this. Exchanging our devaluing and declining paper currency for real gold bullion in an affordable, accessible, transaction-friendly format called minibars. We simply exchange some of our declining dollars to create a savings account, giving up a couple of coffees and putting some money aside in gold, because we can now afford it. And at the time that we need it, exchanging these minibars and some of our gold bullion back into currency, having fully hedged ourselves against the ravages of inflation. You see, here's what we're really up to. AU4U specialises in making available 999 pure LBMA certified gold and silver bullion, readily available to the people of the world by producing it in smaller, more accessible, more affordable and transaction-friendly weights. This puts gold within reach of people who couldn't previously afford it. Literally, we're making gold available to the masses. What was once a rich man's game is now available to everyone. Now, this video was not designed to answer all of your questions. It just can't do that. It was really designed to pique your interest and to get your curiosity. So my question is, did we actually get your attention? And if we did, here's what I'd like to suggest that you do. Get back to the person who shared this link with you and tell them that you'd like more information, and they'll make that readily available for you. We have a ton of resources available, lots of information. We just drip it in a way that's not overwhelming. We simply ask that you listen. You can get started by just setting up your own free gold savings account. Yep, that's true. It's free, at no costs at all. You can start with nothing. There's no fee to get started. You can literally just set up your own gold savings account and start accumulating gold a gram at a time at the market rate. Then simply decide for yourself whether you'd like to create a leveraged income opportunity out of this, as many others have done. I've spent the last bunch of years putting together national and international businesses and figuring out over the last 20 years how to simplify it to the point that people can use it and leverage it to do much of the sharing and much of the information flow for them. And our commitment to you is that if you decide to come and join us as an affiliate, if you'd like to turn this into a business opportunity, we'll train you, teach you, support you and mentor you all the way to success so that you can do this for yourself. Because really what we're trying to do here is set people free from the ravages of inflation and create a meaningful future for themselves. Because really at the end of the day, what this is all about is creating a debt-free, financially secure society, starting with you and then with the rest of the world. Thank you very much. We look forward to working with you. Please do get back to the person who shared this link with you, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. there we go. Last time we'll use that. Our new video is phenomenal. I tell you what we'll do, seeing as we're in this space, I'm going to click over here to that slide, and then I'm going to exit, and then Miss Camilla's not here to talk me through this, but I'm going to try and put this over here and present. Oh, okay. See if I can. I'm going to try and present these slides without the words and the soundtrack at the moment. This is very cool. I hope everyone's ready for this. I'm so excited by it. This is the opening slide. How cool is that? And then we go to 2, the true cost of living. Exponentially over the last 20 years, average household income's not kept pace. Inflation alone is rising. Now we hit the reality check. In Australia, the average household debt is more than 180% of its income. That's pretty well in your face. Have a look at the graphs on the right. Since the 70s, gold has soared by 2,800%. And silver, 430%. Aren't these fantastic slides? Meanwhile, our Australian dollar has lost over 92% of its purchasing power. Ask the experts, Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney, Lynette Zhang, Warren Buffett, they all talk about gold and silver, and the dollar is dying. Gold and silver bullion savings program with a powerful referral plan. Swap your dollar for gold and silver bullion, earn in multiple ways by sharing AU4U with others. Simple solution. Exchange fiat currency into gold and silver. And when needed, swap it back the other way, gold and silver into cash. This is a bit jittery on my computer because I've got a few screens open and it's likely to die at any moment, but we'll hope that it keeps going. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Henry David Thoreau. 999.9 pure currency grade, LBMA certified, gold and silver. Smaller units, affordable, accessible, easy to use. Get the info, get a free savings account. Decide for yourself, train you, teach you, support you. And now here's the last slide. Watch this dude. They're 1 kilo gold bars. What do you think about these slides? They are just amazing. Yeah, it's just amazing. I cannot believe that Camilla and Vi have been able to put this all together in a few days. But man, I am excited. We'll put a soundtrack to it. And wow, it's just phenomenal. And that's the last slide. Goes to a branded slide and then a black screen. How cool is that? Mr. Saravalli, how about you unmute yourself and tell us what you think of that? You're not talking? No, can't hear him. Yes, they are great slides, Miss Kate. They are fantastic slides. I can't unmute that. Look, I tell you what, folks, we found some magic. We've been able to mute Brad Saravalli. They are awesome slides. Really, really good. have no concept of how you put that together. Camilla and Vi, when you get to listen to this recording, phenomenal slides. Really, really good. Okay, so let's move on. Do you have a vault? You need to get one. You need to have that vault drawer like that. That one holds 30 kilos, and I know that because that particular one right there with the red arrow on it, that has my name on it. And no, there's not 30 kilos of gold in it yet. I'm working on that. Pay attention later, because that is going to change the way we store our wealth. We need to get our assets into places where they can't be accessed. So welcome to AU4U. This is the domain. It's coming soon. We're talking to programmers right now. I've called in every favor that I can do to get it happening as fast as I can, but it's still, it's going to take us a few weeks to get the whole lot done. Mr. Reed, I'm not sure why it's slightly shrunk at your end, but we'll see how it is once it's a video. So that is the domain that's coming. We've also registered au4u.gold without the hyphen. So if people type in either one, it will still work. Our supplier for the bullion had a 60-year history of being a vault and 40 years in bullion. That's pretty good. The insurance is for full replacement value, not just what you paid. And it's free if you're doing business through AU4U. It is SMSF compliant depending on the SMSF. I had some questions last week about what if the SMSF says you can't own gold or silver. Okay, then it's not compliant. It does depend on the terms of your SMSF. The buyback price is based on the current spot market price. So you can store gold in this vault and sell it with an email and get the money sent where you like. So what we're talking about is 999.9 fine gold and silver. And that means we're talking about necklaces, because necklaces never get seized. So let's go. Customers, they can register for free. There is no limit. They can join. There's no discount. It's still cost effective. It's 25% cheaper than we had before. So even as just a customer without a discount, this is a smoking good deal. The affiliates get a better deal. But if people want to join and be a customer and just organize gold to be put in a wallet, great work. They can do that. The affiliates buy a voucher to start. And I know some of you are going to do a backflip when I use that word. I don't like it either, but there are some very real reasons why it has to be a voucher. And that's because there's no GST implications on a voucher. So of that $300, you get, when you buy that voucher, you get 3% discount on your future purchases for a year. And you can extend it. There's ways for you to extend that. You get $90 worth of gold in your wallet instantly. So that's almost 30% of what you pay to join goes in your wallet as gold. We're not talking about a tenth of a gram or anything. It's $90 worth of gold. That's very cool. It's instant and it's automatic. You don't have to do anything to do that. The balance, the $210 that's left, is still redeemable. And there's no timeline on that. So if you join as an affiliate and you recommend a couple of people, or just buy your own gold, you're going to redeem all of that $300 into gold. I don't know any other business that does that. and it's based on the business volume of gold and silver sales. It also is the first qualification you need to be involved in the loyalty bonus. You need to have a pack to start. And it's a 12-month deal, 1 BV per month. We'll talk more about that in a few moments. And it gives you access to automatic orders. Now, what's the difference between the 3% discount, Brad, is on the retail price? So what's the difference between an automatic order and a standing order or an FPOS debit order? An automatic order is an order that you set up in the system, in the AU4U system, that sits there on its own, minding its own business until you send the money. So you can do a bank transfer. And when it hits your wallet, that order will be automatically triggered. So if you put that order in, you don't actually say, I want that from every month or every week or every day. It's just in the system. So if you're having a really good month and you want to do it every 2 days, you can. You can do it once a week, every day, every month, whatever you want to do, you have control. You set up the transfer at your end of the system. It's not controlled by AU4U or by the bullion suppliers. You control when you trigger an order. And that's automatically there for 12 months. That order will sit there. You can extend the 12 months. You can do lots of different things. There's a Quicksilver Fast Start 5 in 5. At any time you can do that. So register 5 people in 5 weeks. You get the extension of your 3% discount plus a silver coin. They're worth about $50 at the moment. Can the $300 be on a credit card? Yes, it can, Stephen. We can do that. There's bunches of different ways we can do that. So the starter pack. When you register someone and they buy a starter pack, you get a 10% commission, $30. It's instant. Level 2, so someone you've registers somebody, you get 3%. And level 3, down the next level, it's $6 on every pack. The benefit, level 1 for gold sales is 2%. So it's the current price times 2%. That's what your benefit is. Level 2, it's 1%. Level 3, it's 0.5%. Now, we didn't have that before. We've never had access to a gold or silver business where you got paid down 3 levels for the actual metal. This is amazing. I was gobsmacked when they said we could do it. We've thrown lots of things at them to try and make it better for our members, and most of them they've agreed to. So look at the binary calculations. It's a weak leg binary. I did talk about it a couple of weeks ago that it was coming. So you get 2% of the business volume in your weak leg, and it's calculated weekly. Now, why is that different to what we had before? It's capped at $75,000 a week. Now, it's different because the minimum amount of money you need to accrue to get a transfer is $10. But if you've accrued $25, it'll transfer. You'll get the money once a week. There's a payment, comes in your account. Now, we're playing with some cards. Kate Longley found a card that might work for us. We're trying to work that out. But at the moment, the reason we're doing it this way is you don't have to wait until you've got 50 units on one side, 25 on another, and you might get stuck at 23 units for 3 months. This won't happen. Every week, it's 2% of the weak leg volume, and it gets paid. Doesn't matter if it's $15, $160, $2,000. Gets paid every week. It's just amazing to how we get this done. Stephen, at the end, we'll have some question times. Remind me to come back to page 21. And if you do get your binary commission capped at $75,000 a week, I personally am going to send you a bottle of sparkling wine every week for 12 months. I might drink some of it before I send it to you, but hey, we can talk about that. If you're in South Australia, you'll have to put up with that low grade wine unless you get it from an enclave of Queensland like the Barossa Valley. So now let's look at the Lifestyle Rewards program, because this is amazing. 1 star, it's $500. Now, I'm not going to go into tonight all of the points and all that sort of stuff. It's based on the business volume. So as your business accrues, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The points don't go away. They continue to accrue, and you will get paid based on the volume. And they start to get to some fairly substantial numbers, because $70,000 is not to be sneezed at. And then you've got even more levels. $700,000, but wait. Oh my gosh. 10 star, wowzers. There will be 10 levels in this program. It is phenomenally good that we can deliver a deal for you that can pay you $700,000. I'm just so amazed at the level that we've been able to get out of these guys. Wow. What else do you need to know? And there'll be lots more coming in the next 12 months as this gets going. We have an amazing opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the forefront, the very start of this business. So tomorrow I did talk to Alan. I don't know if you're on the call or not, Alan Day. I did talk to you this afternoon, said I'd send it down tonight, but I've sent too many emails today. I'll send out tomorrow the process that you will use to purchase a starter pack. So it's clunky at the moment. We're getting better every day. So all the bonuses in the Lifestyle Rewards program can be taken in gold, silver, Bitcoin, or cash. You can take the prize with some cash. For example, the first prize, the $500 level, is a backpack with a USB phone charger embedded in it and a zipper full of cash for you to spend while you're traveling around with the backpack. So you can take that, or you can just take the whole value in cash. You could take it in Bitcoin, silver, or gold. Entirely up to you. The loyalty program. Now, when we had the loyalty program with our previous company, it was very difficult to qualify. You had to have 10 people in one leg, 15 people in another. They all had to have been buying a gram of gold per month for a year before you got your first gram. Now, I tell you, if you don't like this loyalty program, you don't like ice cream. 0.5% of sales accrues into a pool, and every qualifier gets a share of that pool. Qualification extends a 3% discount, and payments from the loyalty program will be in gold or silver. Now, how do you qualify? Well, you need to be buying 1 BV of metal a month for 12 months. The 13th month, you are a qualifier. You will get your share of that pool. You can qualify for the loyalty program on your own. That's a smoking good deal. That's way better than we've ever had before. You don't have to go and build a massive team to get 1 gram of gold. You can qualify in the loyalty program on your own. You just need to be loyal. And it's one business volume, one BV. So that could be gold or silver or a mixture of both. At the moment, one BV is around about a gram of gold. Now remember, these automatic orders and what we're talking about here is not based on weight. You don't have to jump in and buy a gram of gold a week. What happens when the price goes up? This is about buying metal based on a dollar amount. So you can spend $100 a week, $100 a month, $200 a month, whatever you want. It's going to buy gold when the order transacts at the daily price. Your commitment financially does not go up or down. Yeah, and yes, you're right, Brad. It's an amazing outcome for people that aren't strong networkers. So the pre-launch special, 5 in 5, register 5 newbies in 5 weeks, receive all the commission, plus 3 silver 1 ounce coins. So that'll redeem $150 of your $300 voucher. And by the way, you've got another $90 that you've already redeemed in gold. Smoking good deal. That leaves you $60 left to redeem. Wow. Okay. Set up an automatic order. When you send the money, it happens. It does not deduct from your account. Nothing is ever connected to your account. You have control of an automatic order. You set it up, then it's in the system until you delete it or change it. That's what we're here about. Now, how hard is it to get started? Acquire 1 BV of gold per month or the silver equivalent. Share the value of gold and silver with others. Teach them how to start saving. That's it. Simple as that. I don't know any other way to make it simpler. And we've now got rewards programs for people that don't network. Just be loyal. The quick start promo, 5 in 5 weeks, get paid $150 in commission. The quick silver, that should be, sorry. So you get the 3 coins in the promo, and in normal times it would be 1 coin. So the payment options always will remain at gold, silver, Bitcoin, or cash. Now, why our metal? AU4U is an Australian option. It's here. We don't need to run around all over the place. The metal is stored in a vault with a 40-year history in precious metal. Insurance is for full replacement value. It's compliant for Australian customers with an SMSF, if their SMSF allows them to do it. And as Graham's pointed out and a couple of other people, there may be requirements that you'll need to change in your SMSF to hold precious metal. And the buyback price is based on the current Australian spot price. We're not talking about US dollars. We don't have to convert our currency. It's here. It's in Brisbane. Wow. I'll say it again. I'm a little bit excited about this program. And then on the other side, we've got a digital trading platform. MTI, we've discovered they're based in South Africa. A whole bunch of people, when I say a whole bunch of people, probably half a dozen people in 24 hours contacted me some weeks ago, and then a few days later, some more people. We have been checking this out for a while. I've been trading for approximately 18 months. It's free to set up and trade. Both of these platforms, gold and silver and the Bitcoin, they're both free to join. You don't have to pay 4,600 euros to trade. You don't have to pay 4,600 euros to study an academy to see if you can trade. It's free. I don't know how we get much cheaper than that. Brad Cervelli's saying he made $60 from $2,000 worth of Bitcoin in 11 days. That's amazing. So pay attention. This week they're trading 18,345 Bitcoin. That's about 272 million Australian dollars. They're averaging 10% gross return per month. And Stephen, yes, they do have bots, but they're never unsupervised. They have human intervention at all times that they're trading. The users get 4% net return per month, minimum. So whatever they make, the individual user, if all you've done is deposit some Bitcoin, you get 4% for free just by putting your Bitcoin in there. Now you can increase that by recommending a couple of people. But remember, it's free to set up. MTI and its traders do not get paid unless they make a profit, unless they make a profit for us. It is a great program. There's a number of our team members here that have been in MTI for a few weeks. They've all got phenomenal stories. It is working an absolute treat. So how does Gold Rocks work? Well, everyone goes forward together. We're going to stay focused on Australian-based gold and silver, the purchase, storage, supply, and insurance of said metal. The digital systems, Bitcoin, Ethereum, silver, and gold. Now, just hold on to your seat for a bit, you know, with all the hoopla that's taken a year, et cetera, in another business that I can mention sometimes. We have the ability to deliver a digital stable coin based here in Brisbane. Now that is going to change things. We're not there yet. We're talking to the programmers and how they get the smart contract to do what we need it to do. So welcome to 2020. Don't panic, Jonesy. We got gold, baby. We got lots of gold and silver. So this is our performance chart, and I can tell you that gold and silver have both taken a little bit of a dip in the last week or so, a couple of weeks, and that was to be fully expected. It can't continue to go up forever. There has to be some dips, but mark my words, it's going there. That's a 19.38% annual return. Watch this space. It's happening. Okay, we were doing Oktoberfest up at Montville. We've had to cancel that. It's a whole lot of things going on that we don't have answers to yet. So we are going to have a barbecue at Berrinbar Wetlands. And Mr. Saravalli, Mr. Langford, if you're coming up, bring plenty of that red wine from that little enclave called the Barossa Valley. And we will ply you with burnt animals at the barbecue. Make sure that you understand it will be here in Brisbane, the south side of Brisbane. It's easy to get to, just off the freeway. I'll send out an email. It's instead of Montville. Bring a plate with some stuff on it. There'll be some barbecue materials there, but we'll do some other information out this week that will go out to everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's us. Any other questions? Anybody would like to unmute and ask a question? I will go back to slide number, I think it was 21. 21, yep. Good thing we have numbers on these slides, isn't it? The little Vegemite that invented that for me and made it all work was a very cool dude. Come on, number 21. There we go. Right. There we go, Mr. Reid. Slide 21. When you recommend somebody and they buy a $300 starter pack, that will be a 10% commission. So you'll get $30. When that person recommends somebody that buys a starter pack, you get $9. And And the next level down, you get $6. Are there any other vaults than Brisbane? Yes, there are. The one we will be using is in Brisbane. We can connect you with other vaults so that you can have your own private draw in Western Australia or Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide. We can settle that up for you. So yes, Mr. Seravalli, at the end of you becoming a full-blown affiliate and you've redeemed your voucher, all of the $300 will be converted to metal. Show me another business that can do that or that attempts to do it. We will just have, this is an amazing opportunity. We've been able to sweet talk one of the biggest bullion dealers in the country into backing us. And wow, they have not pulled up short anywhere. We can put, Dan's just asked, can we say about the gold? We're negotiating at the moment with the bullion supplier to potentially table a couple of tons of gold for digital coins. So that looks like it might actually happen. And yes, they have the gold, and yes, they're happy to set it aside. We've got to come up with a programming which we're working on now. So quite astounding that we got a lot of flack when we first started talking about doing this, that we couldn't fund it and there's no way I can buy 2 tons of gold. But you know what? I found somebody that has 2 tons of gold. Can we share thoughts about the app with everyone? Are you talking about the app, Brad, for swapping Bitcoin to cash, Bitcoin to metal, all that sort of thing? Yes. Okay, in the coming weeks, we will have an app that you can have on your phone that will allow you to pay for metal with Bitcoin or swap your metal or fiat currency into Bitcoin. So that way we're building that so that you can have a direct link between the digital platform and the metal. So we can switch it backwards and forwards. If the price of silver changes its differential to gold down to 20 and it makes sense, then you can swap your silver into gold, or you can swap your silver into Bitcoin, or you can do whatever you like. We will have a complete spread, and we're not taking a chunk of fees all the way along. It's built for the members. Now we'll have we're just having some discussions with Brad Seravalli at the moment about the potential of input from the field into corporate. We've got to go and negotiate that, but I don't see that being a problem. So interesting to see. I'm glad everybody's still on the call tonight. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that questions you'd like to ask? Thanks, Wal. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Stephen. We will be here till we've all got our coins, etc., out of where they are now, and we have an outcome. I'm excited. I'm happy because we've now got an outcome for everybody that followed us into the other business. Now we can have some parties. So end of the month on the 30th, we'll be here in the Wetlands Park. There's toilets, barbecues, shelters. Bring a chair. I'll send out an email this week. So no more questions. I will see you all on the golden beaches of the world. Have a golden night.